chair.
Not yet, I'm not.
Flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm assuming temporary control for purposes of getting the meeting going, because first order of business is to reorganize. So, do we have any nominations for chairman? Yes. So we have a nomination for Mark Humes. Any other nominations? I'm going to close nominations.
Can I appeal that? No.
Are you okay?
No, I'm
You
good.
accept it? Good. So we have one nominee to consider.
I'll second.
All those in favor of Mark Humes, chairman? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Well, Mark, you're the chairman, so.
Oh, I take over now?
Yeah, you're in charge. You're in charge.
Okay. Do I have a nomination for a vice chair?
I nominate Sheriff Mark.
I'll say. Okay.
I nominated Sheriff Park. And Jeff seconded. So, is there any other nominations?
Yes, it was, we have a nomination.
Any other nominations for vice chair?
Oh, okay. Is there any other nominations for vice chair? Okay, here, let's have a vote on it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I guess the next one we'll be doing is nomination for the secretary of the intermediate punishment board. Do we have a nomination for anybody?
We have Steenberg.
Nay. If he's not here, we're not.
Can't.
Any nominations besides?
Scott, good Scott.
Let's have,
No other nominations.
any other nominations besides Scott?
Close nominations.
Okay, we're gonna close nominations. All in favor of Scott being the secretary? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
My last election. My last election.
Okay. Okay, do we have minutes for the previous meeting to be accepted?
So,
I'll second.
You second it? Okay, so minutes of the last is accepted.
So Any discussion?
Any discussions with that last, with the minutes from last? Okay. All right, all vote vote.
So let's just go do roll call.
Oh, okay.
It'd be simple.
Okay. Mr. Muse,
Yes.
Mr. North,
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Yeah.
Mr. Bartley.
Yes.
Okay, the next item is the jail board report for December 2023.
Let's we'll get them, I'll move to accept it. And now we can discuss it.
Oh, okay, I see.
I have nothing, no concern.
Anybody else have anything for this December jail report? All right, if we're going to accept it, we have a motion accepted.
We do. We have that motion. So Karen, we're ready for the vote.
Okay, Mr. Muse,
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Sure.
Mr. Bartley.
Yes.
Do I have a motion that the financial report for December 2023 be accepted as presented?
Second. This item was about any discussion.
Okay, any discussion with that?
Discussion, what's over?
Okay, so, what is that?
No discussion, so.
Okay. All right, since there was no discussion with that,
Mr. Muse,
yes.
Mr. North,
Yes.
Mr. Sargent, Mr. Bartley.
Yes.
Okay, to have a motion that the immediate punishment report for December 2023 be accepted as presented. Okay, with that, is there any discussion? Okay, since we don't have any discussion on that, go ahead and vote.
Mr. Muse,
Yes.
Mr. North,
Yes.
Mr. Sargent, Mr. Bartley.
Yes.
Okay, do we have a motion by the board that the restrictive intermediate punishment report for December 2023 be accepted as presented?
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion with that? I think we'll go ahead and have the vote with that.
Mr. Muse,
Yes.
Mr. North,
Yes.
Mr. Sargent, Mr. Bartley.
Yes.
Okay, is there any old business? Okay, since there's no old business, we'll go on to new business. Is there any new business to be presented in front of the board?
We got training coming up here. We've had training going on the last couple of months. We're also preparing for our biannual inspection. So members from the DOC come and inspect every county facility. We have that coming up in March. So we've been getting the facility ready for that, doing some repainting, just going over inventories, restraints, all that stuff. Reaching out to different departments for different kinds of information that I need. Other than that, I mean, we're just business as usual.
How long does that inspection take? How long they?
We will actually, we're trying something new this year. Usually they're there for 2 days. The inspectors will come in, they'll go over all of our jail files the first day. Then the second day they come back and they actually physically inspect our facility to make sure everything's how it's supposed to be, how it's ran. They interview a few incarcerated individuals and then they go on their way. This year, they're asking to have all of our records electronically sent to them 2 weeks before the inspection. The deputy warden and myself, we've been working pretty adamantly on that. We already have all of our records, so we're gonna get them sent off for weeks. We're about 8 weeks ahead of the schedule right now, we're in 2 weeks. So we're way above that. So they'll come in for 1 day, then they'll go over if anything looks out of place or something, dealing with the records. They'll look at that. They'll let me know what's going on. Then they'll physically inspect it. It'll take about a day, a couple hours.
Kind of records do you have? So.
It's everything from meal records to restraints, sign outs, contracts with our different vendors, some of the sentencing paperwork, they need to see that. Medical records of a few different inmates, obviously with the personal identity or personal information blacked out. It's literally top to bottom. Yeah, it's top to bottom. It's everything we do. They get all of it. There's probably, I would say, over 200 different files that I have to send them.
Do they get employee records at all?
They get employee training records, they get our food service provider, even though we have a outside contractor cooking our food for us. They get their serve safe records from them. They go over the dietitian's graduate certificate from a college, getting accredited. I mean, it is literally every single possible thing you can imagine that we deal with. They get a record of everything.
When do you get the results of your inspection?
It's usually just a couple weeks after the inspection's done.
They typically verbally tell us if there's any issues. They'll bring questions up whenever they come to see us in person after they've inspected all our paperwork. And they'll talk to us about, maybe if they have some questions like, oh, we were looking for this document, couldn't find it. And then we'll point to it like, oh, well, this is actually covers two things. That's what we provided, 2 copies of it. So
Yeah,
they'll usually tell us if
Yeah,
they
they do
have
all
any
of our
concerns before they leave.
All that stuff.
And usually before we get our final thing, they'll call and say, have those things been addressed, but I mean, for the last several years, we haven't had anything that we haven't.
No, just minor, just very minor.
So if they find something needs attention, do you have to?
We have to provide
Correction.
whatever documentation or whatever corrective measure we've taken and actually provide them with that. So that way they at least know we're addressing the issues.
Reaction.
We usually do fairly well on the inspections. I know the compliments we've had the last couple of times is, some of the inspectors come through and they say we have the cleanest facility they've ever seen. So that was a pretty huge compliment for our last inspector. He's been doing it for over 25 years. And he said, this is the cleanest facility I've ever been in. So I mean, that made us feel pretty good.
And that wasn't like, right before inspection, we were deep cleaning the place. That was just,
That was just a normal.
it's just normal. We didn't have to worry about scrubbing it up, polishing it up for them.
Is there any other new business? Do we have any questions from the press?
As far as like the inspection you guys were talking about, is the physical side of the inspection, what do they look at?
They come through, they'll actually open up any room they want to in the entire facility. Say they go into a housing unit, they open up a janitor's closet inside that housing unit. And on the door, there'll be a document that says there's 2 brooms, a mop bucket, 3 mop, whatever is on that document. That's what they're looking for. They're gonna go in and they're gonna see exactly what's on that document and they're gonna match it up with the exact physical item that's listed there. They can go into booking and look at the restraints. They're gonna say, hey, you're supposed to have 5 orange pair of leg restraints. You better have 5. And if you don't, if you only have 4, then one of those restraints better be listed as signed out to the sheriff's department or something like that. That has to be correctly addressed of where it's at. Making sure, there's no infestations of any kind of ants or anything like that in the units, making sure they go over the meals that they're served that day, making sure that they're adequate, that they go top to bottom, everything you can look at.
So it's just more due diligence then?
Right. Making sure we're doing the right thing. Yep.
No issues with COVID lately?
COVID is 0. Yeah, we've been pretty well since the last show we're at. Yeah, back down to none.
Thanks, Justin. Now we're gonna now.
I'm just trying to help. I don't think I have any, Patty.
Anybody else have anything to add or new business?
Well, we do have new records, assistant records coordinator up there. It's Molly Battaglia. Or was it Wyrick? Wyrick. Yeah, she's doing a very good job. Our last assistant records coordinator, some of you know, went over to Clifford County to be the deputy warden. So I hear she's doing good things over there. So we must have taught her something in her time being up there with us.
We hate to lose good people. We like to see them.
Oh, I love to see him.
Love to see them excel.
I do.
Molly was a whole correction officer too.
No, she actually worked at our food service vendor.
Oh,
She's learning quick. She's doing very well.
There's nothing else to add. Motion, that this meeting be adjourned. Second. All in favor? You got to come up with the next time.
Did well, Mark.